Welcome to, well, the absolute shenanigans that became my attempts to Nuzlocke Sacred Gold and Storm Silver. I may have already uploaded part one of what happened, which if not, I'll put a link in the top right or somewhere to show what happened there. But yeah, so attempt two and three are in this video. I am telling you this right off the bat, so that way you're not surprised. But yeah, Sacred Gold and Storm Silver. In a previous video that I mentioned that was on someone else's channel, I mentioned that I don't like nuzlocking this ROM hack of Driano's. Not because it's a bad ROM hack, oh no, but I don't like it because I have had a catastrophic amount of bad luck when trying to nuzlock this ROM hack for one reason or another. Anyway, getting on with the run. And you'll see the luck later, by the way. But getting on with the run. So, this run, I went with Cyndaquil as my starter. I got most of the normal encounters you could get along the way, although I did struggle a little bit with getting a few of them. One of them was this one here, Jada. I burned, not kidding, 11 Pokeballs, a lure ball, and 2 quick balls, only for this to happen. Yep, it didn't catch. And there went my Sprout Tower encounter. Granted, Chatot not the best Pokemon at the best of times, but still would have been a decent Pokemon for the gym, and I didn't get it. So that sucked. Several other things that had happened along the way in this run, although I just simply lacked the footage to show exactly what happened. Elder Lee is normally one of the bigger roadblocks when starting a new game. If you don't have the right Pokemon, or if you get incredibly unlucky, he could completely sweep your team, and you have nothing you can do about it. In this case, I mostly was okay. I was mostly okay for this one. I went for Ember on Bellsprout lead, and I led with Pyro, the Quilava. Went for Ember twice, and down it goes. Nothing too special there, and it was fairly easy. And the rest of his team wasn't too hard either. His Chingling came out second, which wasn't what I was expecting. I was expecting the Hoot Hoot to come out next, but I at least was ready for him. I went for Ember just to get some damage off and got away with it. It goes for Astonish, no problem. Does no damage, and I outspeed, so no flinching problems. However, I want to stress this with something. As the rest of this battle plays out, I don't have a problem with Drayano as a ROM hack maker. He's incredible at it, and he deserves all the credit and praise he gets by all the other people who nuzlocke his ROM hacks. However, with some of the older ones, like this one for example, and Blaze Black 1, as another obvious one, they have some faults with them. In this case, the fault with Sacred Gold and Storm Silver is twofold. One of them doesn't get shown here. One of them doesn't get shown in this video here. The other one does. The problem I have that doesn't get shown here is he has a disturbing amount of boss trainers in this ROM hack that have a mon that can explode for one reason or another. I don't have a clue as to why though. Explosion and self-destruct, for a reminder, they have your defense in Gen 4 as well. In Gen 4, same with the games before it. After Gen 4 though, that was fixed, so it just does 250 power or 200 power depending on which one you use, and that's that. So moving on to the attempt at Faulkner here. Where do I begin with this guy? His team is, honestly, half of it is good and the other half is god-awful. Although there's a problem here. Faulkner, to be perfectly honest, pigeonholes you into a certain playstyle for the early game. Especially in a Nuzlocke format. The problem is simple. If you don't get a Geodude, or a Chinchou, or a Furret, you are basically handicapped into picking Jolteon or Glaceon. that's pretty much it. If you try picking Flareon, or any of the other evolutions, if you don't have another good mon to be able to counter his flying types, you're screwed. Now, in this fight, what happened is, what went wrong here is, the Doduo went for quick attack and got damage on Eva. Yes, I'm aware that I'm not at the level cap, before you point out the obvious with your comment. I am not at the level cap. I didn't think it would matter because I thought, it's fine, Jolteon knows how to handle this, and I've done it before and gotten away with it. I was more concerned about the next level cap. Little did I know that that would come back to bite me as Eva the Jolteon goes down. So at this point, I'm like, well, crap, there goes my Jolteon. Bugsy's going to be more difficult. I still thought I had this in the bag, and I didn't consider that Faulkner would be a problem. So, at this point, I start thinking, okay, so Pidgeot's on low health, what do I need to do here, and who does he have left? I check my notes, I look it over, I see a few other things, think about it for a minute, and then I send out Pyro instead. So I go for Ember. I probably should have gone for Quick Attack to make sure he didn't go for Roost, but whatever. I went for Ember and killed it. Then after that, Shadow comes out. Goes for Agility, I go for Ember, it goes for Uproar, does almost 20 damage. Then I realize I'm in trouble. So I keep going. I kill Chatot, thankfully with a Quick Attack. So now I'm level 16. I think the level up will help, and then I go from there. Then comes Farfetch'd. Farfetch'd is probably one of the bigger problems on this team aside from the Pidgeotto. The Murkrow being the other obvious one. Imagine if this thing was fighting and flying, and it had Brick Break or a fighting move of any kind. You'd be screwed. I tried to think what a Royal Crystal would be like now. Anyway, Farfetch'd goes for Aerial Ace and basically destroys the rest of Pyro's health. So then I'm in a position of, okay, crap, what do I do now? I just stay in and go for Ember. In hindsight, I should have swapped at this point, but I didn't. And then Ember doesn't get the kill even with Blaze, and down goes my starter. Then comes Charmander, McLaren the Charmander. I go for Ember to try and get some damage on it, and then McLaren almost loses half his health in one attack. Things aren't looking good at this point, but I didn't fully realize how bad of a situation I was stuck in at this point. I was thinking, okay, that sucks, but I'm still good, right? I got this, right? The Swablu is easy, so that's no problem. Ember basically does nothing. And then I realize, oh crap, I'm in trouble. And then the oh crap feeling gets worse when Swablu basically destroys my health. I go for Ember anyway because I don't really have any option at this point, so I just go for it. Doesn't do a lot, and so there goes that. Then I send out Toyota the Chinchou. I probably should have been at the level cap. Again, I thought it would have been fine, so I didn't do that. Swablu goes for Solar Beam. It does over half. Normally the Swablu hits like a wet paper towel, but in this case it did a crap load of damage. Then comes Murkrow. I go to paralyze it. It goes for Feint Attack, destroys Chinchou in one hit. And then at this point I realize the run is completely screwed. Nothing else. I have nothing else that can do a lot of damage, and Hypnosis misses on Williams, which basically finishes off the attempt. I should have leveled up Derp to the level cap as well, but I got lazy and thought, it's fine. So there goes that. So, that was attempt 2. Attempt 1 had failed at Faulkner. Attempt 2 had failed at Faulkner. So at this point, attempt 3 surely would be the one, right? I go with Totodile this time because I go back to Totodile because I figure that's the most sensible thing to do. I name it Matra for some reason. I name it Matra because it's blue. Then after I get my encounters and do all the early game stuff, I get Miko the thing. I got Miko, and then I got another Chinchou. So I've got 2 mons that are already set to go and are ready to be able to murder Faulkner easily, right? Well, after that I also catch a Spoink. Spoink's not great, but I figured I should mention that because this run is a bit more interesting, and I feel like I should explain what encounters I got, at least for the early game, because Your early game encounters can mean so much. Spoink isn't particularly useful, but it does have thick fat, and I thought it might come in handy later. It gets the name of Charlotte, as future me tries to remember how to spell it. But after that I tried to get a core fish and fail. I killed it. I killed it in a complete accident, so that sucks. I native an EB Frost because I figured screw it. I'm going by playing this the wrong way, so I go for that. I also killed a Lotad encounter, which will also come back to bite me later. I catch a Geodude in Dark Cave, name it BMW. I catch I get Bruce the Charmander, Shocker the Mareep, and a Starly in Sprout Tower named Star-Lord, which is an awesome but lame name for a Starly. Then on to Elder Lee. This time I remember to level up everybody a lot more. So I bring in Furret. I go for Fire Punch, and it one-shots. This is why you want to catch a Furret or a Sentret on the first route of the game if possible. Furret with the elemental punches completely clears the early game, with the exception of one major fight, which we'll get to later. As you can see, Furret is just absolutely destroying everything. It clears that. It clears that fight. It clears this one. It is just bulldozing its way through everything. And another bright side, Miko is a female, which will mean that Whitney can't use attraction Anakins on it as well. More on that later. Even the Chingling can't do anything with Uproar, and the Hoot Hoot up ahead is also no problem. In the meantime, Frost had the XP share on because I wanted to keep it a low level so I could try and get both moves I wanted on it when you evolve with a stone. So then I kill Hoot Hoot and down goes Elder Lee. No problems there. I evolve Frost into a Glaceon at this point and then proceed to go grind my ass off for a while before fighting Faulkner. This fight goes a hell of a lot better than the last time. I leveled Frost up to the level cap as well, which was a mistake I learned, which was lesson learned from attempt 2. Doduo goes down and gets outsped and goes down. Farfetch comes out. Thank God it doesn't have a fighting type in this hack. So eventually, after pondering for way too long, I go for Icy Wind again. Farfetch outspeeds and goes for Aerial Ace, but Frost just completely tanks the hit. So off we go with another Icy Wind to completely eliminate Farfetch from the battle. Then after that comes Swablu, which again normally hits like a wet paper towel. It's just that the one time it did is when I wasn't being careful. So down goes the next spawn. Frost gets a level up. I actually remember to try and edge my Pokemon a tiny bit towards the level cap to help out. Chatot comes out. Again, this thing is normally a pain in the ass. Not for Glaceon, with another Icy Wind to try and seal the battle. And then comes Murkrow. Murkrow goes down. Murkrow goes for Feint Attack, and then Icy Wind takes out Murkrow as well. So the battle pretty much is over. The lesson here is very, very simple, though, people. Level up to the cap, no matter what. You should always especially in things like this where the leader brings a full team of 6 to start with. There's no excuse for that. I sure as hell didn't have an excuse, and it bit me in the ass. But as you can see, Frost manages to completely clean sweep the gym battle with minimal effort at all. I didn't even need to use Fur this time, and as you can see, I should have learned my lesson there. So, with the Zephyr badge claimed, it was on to the next major roadblock. That would be Proton in the Slowpoke well. I hate this fight. I've lost Pokemon to this fight because either the Voltorb or the Coughing blew up on me, and I really don't like it when when Pokemon blow up on me. But honestly, there aren't a whole lot of Pokemon that can stop an explosion in this game. One of the few is Quagsire. However, I didn't get that because I already got the Static Charmander in Cherry Grove. So in Violet City, so I didn't really have that option. But down goes the Electrode, thanks to Frost again being clutch, and then comes the Coughing. This thing has Flamethrower and Sludge, which is not a great combination to begin with. So, unfortunately, I had to try and figure out, okay, it's got Flamethrower, what do I do here? Oh yeah, also after not showing the encounters, I have Monster the Magikarp in the back of the party gaining levels, and General So the Combuskin with Speed Boost, who's now made his appearance on screen now. I got him in the Azalea Pokemon Center. I go for Ember, it doesn't do anything, and then Sludge does over half, so that's out. So that's out as an idea. Now you might be wondering at this point, why is Charlotte in the party? Well, Charlotte was my sack to try and help avoid explosion or this specific scenario with the Coughing. So Charlotte goes down, but it served its purpose. Bruce comes in with Dragon Rage and wipes out the Coughing. Then the Cacnea comes out. I go for Ember twice and take it out despite taking some damage from Sucker Punch. Oh yeah, that Cacnea has Sucker Punch, which is also funny. And then comes out Zubat, which is mostly useless. So I send Frost back in to use Icy Wind and seal the battle. So with that out of the way, it's on to Bugsy, and I'll let past me take this one on, because oh boy, this was a fight. Snowclog. Actually, if that's the case, then you are getting the King's Rock. I hate this fight. Here we go. At least I outspeed it this time. Okay. Air Cutter, so it didn't get Rain Dance off this time. And he burns a heal. Okay, one down. Alright, Heracross. You don't have a fighting move, your only move is counter. Or your only good move is Aerial Ace because you don't have counter's your only fighting move. I need to switch. I can't take a hit here. I'm gonna go... I don't know if Dragon Rage can kill from here, but I'm gonna try that. I could do that. I'm gonna go with this. I hope it goes for Rain Dance or something. Or do that, that works. Okay, got it. This is probably gonna go for Ancient Power. I'm gonna just go for the Dragon Rage anyway, just to get some damage. Or it'll do that. How much does this do? Okay. And no Omni Boost. But a Detect. Die. Wait, you're... What? It was a speed tie? Well, that's not good. I was supposed to know that was a speed tie. How exactly? Beedrill. Okay. Okay, now this thing's as oddly the speed draw is Sludge Bomb, so I need to get the momentum back. There's no way this works. Well, it definitely isn't working now. Or maybe it will. What does he do? Okay. Please tell me this works. Why the fuck did that work? And this is the part where I come back in, because past me takes quite a while to figure out what to do from here. With the Scyther now asleep, I had to try and figure out, okay, it's asleep, what do I do? I can't send in General So, because if it wakes up and goes for and random move goes for Wink Attack, General So is dead. I need it for Whitney. I could switch into Miko, but again, I don't know what move it's going to do if it wakes up. Monster might be a good option, but again, I don't know what it's doing, and obviously I can't send in Bruce because I can't heal at this point. And Frost is on too low of a health to safely try and switch into anything. So, after a while of thinking, eventually, future me finally decides to go with. Finally decides to go with General So, just deciding to take the risk and see what happens. The Scyther mercifully stays asleep. However, I learned at this point that Speed Boost does not kick in if you hard switch. It only kicks in after one full turn of being in the battle. So I go for Ember, deal some damage, I get Speed Boost. At this point, I'm then wondering, okay, it's still asleep, it's probably going to wake up now. What do I do? I go for Ember again. In hindsight, I should have switched at this point. Or I should have taught General So Rock Tomb to slow this thing down to try and deal more damage as well and slow it down. I didn't do either. It still stays asleep. I go for Ember again. It's on a sliver of health. It still stays asleep. It still stays asleep at this point. I go for Ember again. Bugsy doesn't heal, and down goes the Scyther. Honestly, I have no clue why he didn't heal or do literally anything else here. But somehow, some way, I got the Scyther down, and it didn't get Sword Stance or get to do anything. Pinsir comes out now. I go for Ember again. I might as well stay at this point because my speed is really high up. So I keep going. Go for Ember. It went for Vital Throat. Did a chunk of damage. Go for Ember again. Get the burn, which is amazing. So this Vital Throat does basically nothing in the grand scheme of things. And the Pinsir goes down to burn as well, which is absolutely perfect. So at this point, the battle is borderline won. It's not over, but I feel like at this point I feel confident that I can win. In comes Beedrill now, and this Beedrill is surprisingly dangerous. Even though it's not a special attacker, Stab Sludge Bomb can do quite a lot if you're not careful. So in this case, I choose the sensible option. I switch into Monster the Gyarados to try and make sure, with 100% certainty, I don't throw this fight at the 11th hour. Beedrill goes for Sludge Bomb. I wait for the damage. It does basically nothing, and despite only having Bite and Reversal as valid move options at this point, the battle's basically over. I go for Bite. It does over half. And at this point I realize the battle is won. Bugsy has been defeated without his Scyther managing to do anything, thanks to a lucky guess and a miracle survival by Taco Bell the Bronzor. And that is somehow a deathless battle against Bugsy, much to my surprise. However, the next major fight is still yet to come. Whitney is going to be a pain. Of course, there's the rival battle. There's the rival battle next, which is also obviously something to consider. But the main problem with the rival, of course, is the fact that his Bayleaf, if he shows Totodile, has nature power, which turns into Earthquake. Why Drayana thought that was a good idea, I will never know. But for some reason, that is what he chose to do. Thankfully, with that out of the way, and the rival defeated, he is not the problem any further. The problem now is, how do I deal with Whitney? Now, a normal person would probably think, it's Whitney. This is easy. This is easy. She can't hit a ghost type, right? Wrong. If you've never played Sacred Gold and Storm Silver before, pretty much most of her team can hit ghost types. Keyword is most. You see, I don't know how Drayano didn't realize this. I don't realize how Drayano didn't realize this when making this, but there's a problem with Whitney's team. Two of her Pokemon can't hit a ghost type, and ironically enough, the ghost type in question I chose to go with is Spiritomb, which you can get in Slowpoke at the entrance to Slowpoke Well after getting the odd Keystone from Cynthia. The Stantler and Lopunny on Whitney's team cannot touch Spiritomb at all. Ironically, the one mon you'd hope Spiritomb would be able to wall, the Miltank, she can hit. Not with Rollout, no. That Miltank has Scrappy, so that Miltank can use stab body slam on Spiritomb just fine. So that's out as an option. Now, I've lost to Whitney in this ROM hack a couple times. I know what can happen here, and I do have a speed boost Blaziken, or Combuskin at least. However, it's a male, so there's that as a problem. My Spiritomb is also male. That is also a problem. The only noble Pokemon I have that is a female is Miko the Furret. So you might be wondering at this point, okay, so what does he do here? Answer, just honestly, I just wang it. And just hope to God that something worked. I know that's not a very good strategy. You don't need to remind me of that. But in this situation, with all your Pokemon being forced to deal with Attract shenanigans, at that point, I just had to wing it. However, though, before I got there, we had a different problem. You see, the very last trainer in here has a B-Barrel. What I didn't realize because I was speeding up to just try and beat all the trainers to get done with it, is that this B-Barrel is surprisingly dangerous if you're not paying attention. It has Aqua Tail. That's normally fine. However, it's got Defense Curl. It's a simple B-Barrel, so that's +2 defense. And it also has Rollout. As you can see, it becomes a problem really freaking quick. So I switch out. So Spiritomb got hit twice. It's on the third power rollout. I sent out Monster on the third one with Intimidate to stop it. So it's -2 attack. So I believe it's -2 attack now. But the problem is it's doing too much damage. Now I'm stuck in the position of crap. What do I do now? Because whatever I do now, I am sacking something. So at this point, I had to figure out, okay, do I get rid of Monster? Do I swap into something else? It took a while. It took quite a bit of thinking because I had to call. I unironically had to call a friend on Discord to ask them to take a look at my party and try and help me out. It took about 5 minutes, and during this time I realized, yeah, I don't think there's anything I can do here. I don't think I can. I don't think I can outspeed. I don't think I can outspeed. Even if I do, I'm not killing in one hit. So whatever goes in here is dying. Eventually, I had to make the tough call to sacrifice Monster the Gyarados. On the bright side, I would get a shiny one later down the line, but it honestly sucks that was the case. I don't like having to sacrifice Pokemon sometimes, but in this case, it's like, what are you gonna do in that situation? There's only so much you can do. So here we go. I either die or I either die a loser or die a winner. And I have a bad plan, but I gotta try. Here we go. Wait, really? Why the fuck did that work? Okay. Oh no, oh no. Uh-oh. Well, there goes that idea. There goes the easy way out. I think. I'll give you one shot. Nope.
I actually need to restock.
Oh. What? Oh, come on. Aw, crap. So, I got another Quick Claw Hypnosis proc, missed, and then it got disabled. Crap. Never mind, I got a crit. Okay, well, the Lickitung is dead. Now what? Wigglytuff. This isn't good. And I'm disabled. I can't use hypnosis. Frost? Ah, come on. Uh-oh. Damn it. Oh, really? Special defense drop? Fine. Winston, get back in there.
Every time you say that, I instantly think you're talking about the big monkey from Overwatch.
No, I am talking about my Spiritomb. Anyway, please go to bed. Okay, the Wigglytuff went to bed. I did forget one thing. I forgot to teach my Combustion Bulk Up, but it didn't matter because I got attracted immediately. So there went the easy way out of trying to set up on the Lickitung and sweep. So even if I had tried that, that wouldn't have worked.
I need to...
That was a crit, okay? Stay asleep. Fuck! Well, that's one potion down. That was all a non-crit did? That's not good. A crit did, like, nothing, Soul.
Huh.
Or no, a non-crit did basically nothing. It did like an eighth of its health. Feint... Okay, well, okay, so I should have just been the new Feint attack, apparently. Because Dream Eater literally does nothing to Wigglytuff. Okay, that's 2 down. Lopunny and Standler will get sent out last because they cannot hit Spiritomb. Now you
fight more Rathalos.
Now you. Are you serious? It got the Water Pulse confusion. And then I missed. Crap. Beck, if you got a suggestion, if you got a suggestion now, I would. What do you think?
Go to Brown Town.
All right. Sorry, Taco Bell, but your bell's gonna be rung. It'll be. Ah, crap. Fuck you, Confuser! Hey!
Now sleep.
Come on, hate yourself. Shit. Oh, come on! That's a 10% chance. Okay. Fuck it, just stay in. Nope. That confusion didn't do oh, maybe? Nope, he killed himself. Taco Bell literally did nothing. Didn't hit itself in confusion.
It stalled reflex.
I guess, that's the only, I guess so, but, okay, let's not hit ourselves in, let's not get, I forgot you had that. I thought you didn't have it. Oh no, here we go. Are you gonna hit yourself, Clefable? Crap. Now what do I do?
Blustle.
I was going to save it for Miltank just to try and see if I could do a sacrificial play to paralyze it. Or at least burn its lumberry if nothing else. Not good. Frost? Do I attack or sand attack?
Special attack.
I really wish I had a Serene Grace Glaceon right now, but I don't. Well, that did a lot more damage than I thought. Okay. Ah, come on! Okay, you're being an idiot and not healing or attracting. Die! Please! Okay. This might bait out... I think I know what... This might bait out Lopunny here. Reflect's gone. Yep. Okay. Please be a dumbass and go for high jump kick. Yes! This is going to force her to switch. Probably into Miltank. Because she knows Lopunny can't do anything. And Miltank's the only thing that can hit it now.
Well,
So, I'm gonna switch into Plusle for attack to try and get a tactical to try and paralyze this thing If it works, great. If it doesn't, then oh well, I lost a useless Mon that wasn't going to do jack or shit.
I only have one question. Why didn't you level it at all?
Because never mind. Well, because that's why. Because it was gonna die anyway.
It might have lived a hit.
No, it wouldn't. So let's be honest, it probably wasn't.
You never know.
I'm just gonna go for Dizzy Punch.
I mean, you can possibly get a confusion. Insta paralyze.
Nope. I mean, it got special defense drop and 2 confusions with Water Pulse already, so I'm not... So... there it is. I can't live another hit either.
Well, you could try swapping to Winston.
Well, that's the only option. I don't know if the thing is, Speed Boost does not work if you switch in. You have to be in for a full turn. Oh, crap.
And I believe that has sealed your fate.
Wait. It's not over.
First turn wake up.
Now Combuskin.
Oh, wait. Fuck the berry.
Well, you gonna try switching or you gonna sack?
Quick Lop Rock! Fuck. I mean, it was either that or switching to Glaceon, and I don't know, and neither were particularly good ideas.
Double kick.
Die! Oh, you're faster?
One level lower, and it's still faster than your chicken.
How the fuck were you that fast? You're a fucking fat
And
fucking...
doesn't even kill.
Oh, come on!
She's going to potion.
I mean, if I can, I mean, I'm gonna move first here. Please, please, come on!
Oh, she doesn't potion.
Come on! No! No! God,
Shields.
God damn it! God damn it! Come on! Do something! Stop being a
Just-
horny fuck! Please get a crit or something, please. Ah, fuck. Oh boy, we're back at this
One
point.
hit.
Uh,
It's either going to use milk drink again or try to hit you.
No!
You're
Shit!
stuck.
Oh no.
You're in purgatory.
Help! Ah, shit. Oh god.
And back to full health.
Ah, god, why?
I mean, it's that or she used up all of her body slams.
No, she didn't. No, she fucking didn't. Body slam was like 15 PP. There's no fucking. Even she only burned at a max. She only burned at a max 9 or 10, I think. She still has more. Also, of course, I get the crit when they did. Of course, I get the crit when it's too late. Another body slam kills me either way. Please. Shit. No. Frost? I know you don't have thick fat. Please outspeed. Fuck.
Nope.
What? Wait. Wait.
Are you sure that you're... Can Frost pull out the victory? I highly fucking doubt it.
YOLO!
Like, there is no fucking way this Glaceon's gonna win it. Because that's a full health Stantler.
I don't care. I don't care. I fucking love gambling.
Okay, Salty.
Oh no!
And it was an unnecessary crit.
Oh, and if I got a crit, I would have won right there.
Oh. Now you die because you're paralyzed.
Oh, no. I mean, I still have one. I mean, I have one chance. Yes! Yes! Yes!
Oh, does it live? It does not live.
Yeah!
Well, you have a ferret.
I have a ferret in a dream! Give the ferret walk, baby! Ow! My
Like-
chest.
Like, seriously, man, what the fuck is your plan?
Oh, God.
Like, you were beyond fuck.
Oh, my God.
I'm
you know-
talking your... I'm
you wanna
talking
know
your
what's
fucking
worse?
colon's gonna be abused.
You wanna know what's worse? Is that I only have three more encounters I can go get.
Yeah, you were screwed.
I'm gonna need to send this video to Ace just to prove a point. Like, I had such bad luck and I somehow just barely got away with that. That had no reason to work. Also, why the fuck did Glaceon outspeed? Like, why the fuck did Glaceon live? Like, how the fuck did Glaceon live that long? How did I outspeed the Lopunny? Or the Stantler? Those things are both fast. How did those outspeed and yet Combusken couldn't do shit? None of that makes any sense. None of that makes any fucking sense at all. Well, yeah, I got nothing. What the hell? How did that even happen? Also, yeah, I just now saw the message you sent about a track back. Yes, I know that's how a track works. Although, in my case, switching constantly wasn't always the best option either. But, oh god. Well, I'm getting a bad sense of deja vu to the Platinum race lock. The problem is, I don't think I'll be able to find enough encounters to be able to actually have a competent team to kill Morty. It's either Ferd wins by doing everything, or I lose because Ferd can't do everything.
Like, seriously, man, what the fuck are you going to do?
Fuck. I don't know. I don't know.
I mean, I would suggest using fucking a Zubat or something to try and get a Crobat, but you don't have one.
I didn't even get a Zubat, no.
Isn't it possible to get one in Burnt Power?
No.
Yeah, you are... Why didn't you use the monkey?
The only fighting move I would have been able to give it is fucking Focus Blast.
Doesn't it learn Mach Punch?
No.
A priority move would have been helpful.
Nope. It's too high of a level to learn it. It gets it at level 14 as a it gets it at level 14 as a Monferno. So, no.
Didn't he change it?
Nope. Not in this one, he didn't.
Well, you have the egg.
Togepi, save me. God.
Not to mention, you also have Stunky, which could be useful.
I don't even know if it evolves or not, but it at least resists Ghost, I guess.
And you could also get a Butterfree.
Yeah, at least I'll learn. At least I'll have Air Slash and Psybeam at that point.
Yeah.
I don't know if it'll do shit or not, but I could try. Yeah, you're not getting used. Go to jail.
You put him in jail with the fucking baby monkey.
Okay, fine. Nope. Go to jail. There, I put it in jail now.
Yeah, you've got a lot of grinding. If only this was Redux where you could grind on Ogno. I'm pretty sure Beck's D&D character would like that, though.
Well, great. Now, well, it's either attempt
Which
4...
one?
It's either I keep going or attempt 4. So... Well...
That or you move to the Redux.
I refuse... I'd rather go figure out how to swim.
You literally get more opportunity in that.
I don't care. I am going to break Sacred Gold, or I'm going to break Sacred Gold, or die of a heart attack. Also, the
Fuck up with the 4th of July that's coming up. All I know is that this month is going to be a bitch financially. I'm going to be ending the month below $3,000. So, who are you leading with?
Eradicate, obviously. If the Dust Skull burns me and I get a Swords Dance off, that could maybe solve the problem. Although that requires me to act. That requires Dust Skull to act. That requires the AI to actually do the one thing I want them to do.
I mean, it's basically guaranteed. Every time I've fought against Morty, the Duskulls always try to burn me.
It's either that or it's the it's usually that or the Shuckle tries to do, or it's usually that or the Shuckle tries to do the Shuckle, or not the
You
Shuckle.
keep saying shuckle. It's a shuppet.
Shuppet! Fucking Shuppet tries to use Swagger. The problem is I don't have a berry for that this time because I've not been able to have anything that learns Rock Smash. I'm just pulling up the thing on Nuzlocke Tracker, so I actually have it. Or at least so I have a full reminder of what moves he even has.
Hopefully you don't explode.
Oh god, Dark Mode, Opera Dark Mode does not work on this. I still find it weird that they explicitly says bug water on Masquerade for some reason. Like, whose idea was that?
It's just specifically.
Oh boy. Well, all right. I mean, that's the only thing Duskull can actually do aside from Confuse Ray. So, all right. You believe you're the person who will see Ho-Oh. I disagree. It will be me through blood and sweat and tears.
Mostly blood. And tears. Go for the swords.
Uh-oh.
This was not part of the plan. Okay. The fuck does Shuppet have?
Icy Wind, Embargo, Shadow Ball, Swagger. It's because Duskull can't hit me with an actual damage-dealing move, and it didn't think to do Will-O-Wisp.
So it might go for Icy Wind, which Sucker Punch would be good for.
I outspeed it. Shuppet is slow as balls.
Oh, then yeah, go for the crunch. Not to mention you have limited Sucker Punch, so best not waste them.
No.
Okay, Shuppet has deceased. Again.
Why
Hunter.
did you do that? It literally doesn't have a way to hit me. Its only way
It's
to hit
probably
me.
going to swap.
Its only way to hit me is to Hypnosis into Dream Eater. Why did you do that? Like, you have other mons that can actually use a actual damage dealing move. What was your plan there? Did you just see a Dream Eater and were like, oh, that's a good idea?
Oh no.
I don't have a choice here. It's gonna
go crunch or Sucker Punch. Is it going to prioritize damage or status?
I mean, I don't know, because I don't know if it's gonna go for Hypnosis or not. I have to assume it's doing this.
Yep. Good gamble. Good gamble. Victory is assured.
No, it's not.
This is definitely going to go for an attack. Go for Sucker Punch.
I'm actually doing this. Its only attack is Aerial Ace. Or it could do that.
I mean, it can't really do shit.
Before you panic, reminder, I have a Shell Bell equipped. And it was also probably going to do that.
Yeah, but you outspeed.
Yeah, at least now I can kill it, for certain.
And victory is done.
Oh, right.
Just Sucker Punch. +6 guts boosted wrath.
The irony of that.
It's on his last one that can't do shit to you. That's hilarious.
So, after the dramatic battle that was Whitney, and the absolute cakewalk that ended up being Faulkner, by complete and utter accident, mind you, I was trying to get ready for Chuck, which I knew wasn't going to be an easy battle, but I had gotten some new encounters and thought things were looking up, honestly. I got Mirror of the Luxray. I got Mirror of the Luxray. I managed to get it. I managed to pick up a Seadra with a Dragon Scale and evolved it into Kingdra, and it was modest, which was great. And I got a Tentacruel, and I had a Pelipper, even though I don't like the thing. Everything was looking good, so I was thinking, surely I've got this now. Well, annoyingly, that happens. As Mirror goes down to a Crawdon, even though I probably should have healed. Then, Tsunami the Kingdra goes down to a Sheer Cold from a Dugong from a random trainer in the water. Now, this is the part where I have to explain something.
What?
I have a bad history of
Cold.
one-hit KO moves in Nuzlocke.
Are you shitting me?
In the first major Nuzlocke I ever participated in that wasn't just against one of my friends, I got destroyed in a Platinum Race Lock in YouTuber Easy Doodle's server about 4 years ago in 2022. What happened? I got O-coded twice by Horndrill from a Goldeen outside of Veilstone City. I still dread that trainer to this day, but the point stands. I don't like Oko moves, and they have a criminally high accuracy against me for some reason. So that sucked. I lost my only dragon type that I was going to get for quite a long time due to a Sheer Cold from a random trainer when I was trying to not even fight it. I was actually going back to the Pokeathlon Dome to go get items I needed. Then the poorly named Tentacruel that I got. I ran into this random trainer while again trying to get back to the Pokeathlon Dome to go do something, and also hatch Togepi. Yes, I never hatched that thing. Ran into a trainer with a Miltank that had Bide. The Miltank outsped, used Bide. I used Surf because I didn't know it was faster, and then I just waited it out because I couldn't do anything else, and Tentacruel goes down. So there goes that. And sadly, after Tentacruel went down, that was it. The run was over. It became abundantly clear at that point that there was basically nothing I could reasonably do to try and make the run work at that point. The Togepi that I eventually hatched had a speed IV of 0. So with that avenue gone, and Togepi basically being useless to me. Oh, by the way, the rival fight in the underground I never actually did because I was so scared of that fight after a test run went so catastrophically wrong. I got hit by Blizzard 7 times in a row, got frozen for 15 turns without unthawing while I was heal spamming, got hit by Thunder, eventually got hit by Thunder, paralyzed, and then got hit twice more, and yeah, that wasn't fun. The point being, though, after I hatched Togepi and after quite a bit of consulting, the run ended in failure. Sacred Gold and Storm Silver had defeated me yet again. And my streak of being one of the most unlucky Nuzlockers of all time continues. Honestly, I'm surprised I even got that far in this run. I'm not particularly good when it comes to hardcore runs, and either. What normally happens in a hardcore run is that I basically die almost immediately, and then I just say screw it and just do something else. I have completed one hardcore run before in platinum. Well, actually, correction, 2. I did one in platinum that I did with only 1 death, and I did another one in hard gold which had a couple deaths, but I swept the champion with a dragon dancing Gyarados. I didn't go into Kanto in that run, but I did beat Lance, so I guess technically I won. But either way, this ROM is a great ROM, if a bit dated. We're still, as of the time of recording this voiceover on in mid-June, in mid to late June in 2026, Aurora Crystal is still not out yet. The most recent ROM hack that Drayano has done is the 1.4 version of Blaze Black 2 Redux. I still have yet to beat Blaze Black 2 Redux. I won't go into the details, but I had a bad time there. But honestly, I don't know what to do here. I feel like I'm pretty solid as a Nuzlocker. I do make mistakes, but then again, who doesn't? Nobody's immune to mistakes. Not Peachal, not Flygon, not Captain Kid or Alpha Red or anybody else you consider a Nuzlocking god in your eyes. They're not immune to mistakes, just like I am. However, my thing is this. This run, and quite frankly, my attempts to try and Nuzlocke Sacred Gold and Storm Silver, just to prove a point that even with just to prove a point that my luck is that bad, has succeeded in that at least. My luck is catastrophic. My luck is catastrophic, and while I didn't cover every single thing that went wrong and every single death that happened, a lot of them were either due to just the fact that I either had Pokemon with bad IVs, Pokemon that just couldn't take a hit worth a damn, or in the case of things like what basically killed the run entirely, was stuff that you can't even control. How are you supposed to control against an AI randomly deciding to go for Sheer Cold when the trainer's a random one that you normally wouldn't bother with? It's a Dugong, which you normally don't consider as a problem mon, and it also managed to go for Sheer Cold randomly and also hit it on the first turn the mon was out. And even the thing with Bide again was another problem. I didn't know that thing had Bide. I didn't think a Bide would kill after I hit it the first time. I didn't have any other options, but I did what I could and it didn't work. And honestly, I'm concerned as to what I do now as a Nuzlocker. I can do Nuzlocks if healing is allowed, but I feel like I've done all I can do with that as a Nuzlocker. As a Nuzlocker personally. Do I just take a step back and not worry about that and just play Pokemon for the sake of it and just do like Mono-type runs for fun? Or what do I do now? ROM hacks seem to be the limit of what I can do as a Nuzlocker, though. No matter, I seem to have no luck when I play a ROM hack in a Nuzlocke format. So, what do I do now? Do I go back to my roots of playing racing games? Do I just take a break and then come back to Nuzlocking ROM hacks with a fresh mind and hopefully with some actual luck under my shoulders? I don't know. I honestly don't know. I sit here now, and I ask you, the people of YouTube, Reddit, or wherever the hell I post this video,
Okay. No, I am not
if you've made it this far, or if you just skip to the end to see where the hell I ended up, and how far I actually got.
Like
What would you do in this situation? What do you think I should have done that I didn't think of? The Whitney fight, I know for a fact I made some mistakes and I should have done better. I should have taught bulk up. I should have taught bulk up. I should have at least tried to do something other than bring some better mods and whatnot. I should have brought a full party 6 even if I didn't really want to, and I wasn't using rare candies at that point. Honestly, I'm not sure what else I could have done aside from what I thought was my best.
Please.
I'm not
and also
that
the thing
stupid,
that I thought would have been best
I'm
for my
not literally
time.
going to punch a wall.
I know people like
Go
using the
punch
rare
my-
candy
I'm gonna go
cheats,
punch my
and
bed
maybe in the future when I do
really,
ROM
really
hack and
hard.
do a ROM hack Nuzlocke, I should do that. But
Ugh,
honestly,
fucking hate
what
it.
do I do as a
Fucking
player
hate
to
it.
get
I've
better
been trying to play
skill
Nuzlocke
wise?
this game for like 10 years.
I'll leave
I
that up
still
to you
can't do
guys
it.
because
I
at
still
the
can't
moment
do
I
it.
don't have the
Get
answers
anywhere close
myself.
without bullshit,
But
bullshit real
anyways,
bullshit
with
clauses
that out of
to
the
get
way,
through the
and with
game,
this
because
run
every time I
saved
try,
and now dead and
bullshit
buried,
like this happens.
I have been Wolf, and
I don't
hopefully
know
I'll
why
be
I'm
back
saying
with another
this.
Nuzlocke in the future, where the unluckiest Nuzlocker
I'm gonna just go pick
comes
up
back
Civ.
for redemption.